The vetting of Cabinet Secretary nominees took off today, 1st of August 2024. As scheduled, Professor Kithure Kindiki was first to be vetted by the committee. The professor took questions, displaying his confidence in his reappointment as the Interior Cabinet Secretary. He stated that he is suitable for the position as crime rate of banditry has reduced by 75% in the country. When asked about the reforms he undertook during his tenure as Cabinet Secretary for Interior, he mentioned the role of massive police equipment modernization program and allocation of 7 billion which has been spent to buy air and land assets. He also stated that accountability measures must be put in place regarding abductions and extrajudicial killings. Kindiki had also to explain why identification cards have to be renewed after 10 years.
With regard to IDs and pass and Huduma number and Maisha number, the reason for the 10-year limit is because of technology. Because unlike the ID that we are used to, the second generation ID we have, the third generation ID is a technology card, and technology keeps on growing old, and therefore that's why we have a 10-year period, and that's why even passports, they normally have a time frame. You cannot have a passport for life. That is the idea. It is not to punish Kenyans. The card has a bit of technology chips, and we want to upgrade that chip based on the security threats that will be identified by that time. The Maisha number issue is before court. We hope we will vacate the orders that were issued 2 days ago, because the problem we are having with delays with issuance of IDs is because of court orders. Last year, between November and March this year, there was a court injunction against us issuing IDs, which brought a huge backlog of almost 600,000. We cleared that backlog. We were actually left with 92,000. With those in the waiting list, and then another court injunction was issued again 2 days ago. We hope we'll be vacating it by Friday, hopefully, so that we can be able to move on with issuing IDs to the people of Kenya. I submit.
Deborah Mulongo, the Health Cabinet Secretary nominee, was second to be vetted and answered the question on how she will deal with the doctor's strike. The Health CS nominee stated if she is confirmed to the Health Cabinet, she will make sure the Linda Mama program is incorporated if Social Health Insurance Fund will be rolled out. Deborah also promised to take care of health workers.
Yes, through you, Honorable Chair, I'd like to address the concerns. I am a beneficiary of Linda Mama, and my daughter is a beneficiary of Linda Mama, and so I'm an advocate of it, and I will ensure that it's incorporated if SHIF is rolled out. Now, during the transition period, at times such activities may, fall through the cracks, but funds have been allocated from the discussions we were having while I was in WHO with the national team. So we need to have a transition plan or guidelines to ensure that some of these critical covers like the Linda Mama are always there when we are transitioning. So this is an area that we look to and ensure that all mothers and the children are covered. Part of the doctors' fraternity, I support the National Health Service Commission.
Folks in Kenya benefit from housing levy. It's very simple. The second one of Kikaria was, will titles be given to some 2 farms? So it's not titling generally.
Let me say that I think you saved me from answering Kikaria's question.
Yes.
And then we leave it at that.
Are you the one I told last time about reading a book of a witness who talked too much?
No, not me.
It was not you.
Not me. Yes. And I'm sure.
I think it was Lintori.
Yes. So I will leave that question. On the question of IDPs is gone. Affordable housing in rural areas. This is a new program, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members. It's a new program. It's just starting, and it has been met by various challenges, including litigation. I believe even the rural folk are entitled to decent housing. I see the program moving there going forward.
Alice Muthoni Wahome, the land CS nominee, was the third in the vetting process. Alice's first question was to answer how she will tackle land grabbing in the country. She also answered the question on how the housing plan will benefit the rural people. She also disclosed her net worth.
327,650,000.
How much were you worth when we last vetted you?
I was worth slightly less. When you vetted me, Mr. Speaker, last time, I was worth 218,400,000.
So you have had some nominal growth.
Kidogo.
You've grown by 100 million.
I have grown in those 2 years. Yes. Yes. I was just a few adjustments. It is the properties that have increased in terms of appreciation in value. And then there was one tenant that was not paying my family rent, and they paid about 14 million, about sometimes in March. So
did you use your office to get them to pay?
My office of MP, of minister?
Yes.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I am not the one who corrects the rent.
Thank you, Alice.
Yes.
Julius Ogamba, the Education Cabinet Secretary nominee, also promised to halt all plans of strikes among the teachers. He also addressed the question on continuous delay of the HELB loan, stating it as a problem of resources being released on time. He also addressed the issue on fees increasement, attributing it to the program cost, which was not being indicated in the old funding program. Julius further acknowledged that there are issues in the education sector and will have discussions on how to go about them.
Of the strike by the teachers is based on their collective bargaining agreement, which was supposed to be effected, I think, from this July. Now, it is imperative that we arrest that situation by one, ensuring that we have clear and forthright discussions with the unions, so that we are able to come up with a solution, because they also live in this country. And why am I saying that? I'm saying that because in 2019, when we had COVID, it was not possible to sign a monetary CBA with the unions. So when TSC discussed with them, they agreed to sign a non-monetary CBA. That gives me hope that these are Kenyans, and they'll be able to see the real situation on the ground, and will agree to come up with a working solution, even if it is to defer some of their needs so that they do not go on strike. On the yes, I was going to the issue of the miracle that I would do in 100 days. There is no miracle that I'm going to perform. That there is a problem in the sector, and is a problem that needs to be faced head on. So there'll be discussions on what do we do to solve those problems, and I will not be able to do it alone. But I will offer leadership and hold discussions and consultations with each and everybody who is involved in the sector. For example, with respect to not having enough classes so that the children can be in school, the year 9 children can be in school in January, is an immediate problem. So that's a problem that takes priority that we need to look at and solve.
Soipan Tuya, nominee defense, was the 5th nominee to be vetted today and had to defend herself for the position during the vetting, stating she understands her role if confirmed. Tuya tackled questions involving the defense docket, stating her office will be involved in consultations and teamwork. Wangari Mwangi, Nairobi.